If you go all the way back in time to my very first video, it was a DIY homeschool planner. Please don't do that. Now, 5 years later, I am doing an update, which now that we're already in the school year is kind of a bad time to do it, but such as it is this year. So I'm going to take you into it inside of it in a moment. Before, I want to say a couple things about it. One, I keep it very simple. What is in here now is somewhat different than it was in that first video, but not entirely. I have used all kinds of different planning systems over the years. In fact, I have a video about it, if you want to take a look. And so this is year number 12 for us. And I found what I actually end up using and what I don't. And I used to have a lot more filler in it. Things like, oh, just in case, or oh, I thought this was cute. And so not anymore. I don't want to say it's minimalist, but it's very functional. Now for my planning, I do use Homeschool Panda, which is an online program. I will have a link down there. Full disclosure, it's not a affiliate link, but I do work for them now. But I've used it long before I joined the team. I love it. I think it's a fantastic online program. It's super flexible and it works well for me. I do like, though, to have a weekly overview sheet. It just kind of gives me, well, exactly that, an overview of the week, what's going on, and I'll show you that more in detail. If you would like a copy of that, I do have a link for it down there. And then the second thing is that I would love to showcase your planner. I love to see how people plan. So if you would be willing to do that, and I can help make sure it's secure and details aren't given, personal details and all of that are left out. But if you're interested, you'll be willing to let me share it over on Facebook, maybe on Instagram as well. See the link down below, and we can go from there. So this year I did consider getting some kind of a nicer looking binder or something, but my daughter picked this out for me when she was 4. And so I've used it every year since then, and I can't quite bear to give it up. So in my front, I just have a couple bookmarks, my daughter has taken a couple summer class things at the community college, and so I've kept those certificates in there. And then up here has my Friday to-do list. I also have this on Homeschool Panda. So I usually check things off on there, but this one gives me another visual. And then some summer planning things. And just a couple other random things that have never found another home. So this front pocket is where the most useful things that I have are the things that get used, and not most useful, things that get used the most. So here are my boys' planning sheets that I printed off from Homeschool Panda. I always have them put it on my binder on Friday so I can make sure that everything was completed if I need to reschedule anything. I also have our middle mat that I purchased from Pepper and Pine. I do have a video about that, so I will leave the link for that. And then I have a sheet that is just a kind of an overview for middle school and high school. This one's for my daughter, and I need to redo hers. This was the old one. And then now for Ben. And then when I was cleaning up my binder this summer, I knew I was going to be doing this video. So I almost threw this away, but I want to stop and show it to you. So this was a 2-week, I don't know if schedule is the right word, but kind of an overview of what I wanted to make sure we do and when. And so I had one for each kiddo. And I did it this way so that I could make sure to see when, even if things didn't get done as much one week, it kind of carries over. Looking at it in a 2-week span really helped me to squeeze in those things that weren't necessarily a weekly thing. Anyway, so I just wanted to share that with you. And then I also had this one. The kids were a lot younger. In the afternoon, this is what we would do. This was one version of it. We did different things at different times, but that way we'd have some variety, but I did it by the month. So each day of the week and then each week of the month. And again, to help me kind of do things that weren't necessarily weekly things. Next section just has some reading lists in it, so that when I'm making plans and stuff, I can just have an easy place to find it. This one comes from one of the local independent bookstores. These come from the Mensa for Kids Excellence in Reading list. These are absolutely fantastic, and they have them for all different grades from kindergarten through high school. And then just random other ones that I've gotten from the libraries and such. This first section has the occasional seasonal planner. So back to school, that first couple of weeks of school, I like to have this sheet out. I find it really helpful to me. I've got back to school menu, homeschool to-dos, just a don't forget section, errands that I need to run, whether they're homeschool related or not, shopping list, and then just a notes little box. I just find this really helpful for a quick look during those busy first couple of weeks. And this I like to use just, like I said, a long-term planning, like just an overview of the school year. And I'll write in things like any big topics that we're studying, anything else that's going on, vacations, that sort of thing. And then an attendance chart. I have used this attendance chart for years. It's from 5J's blog, which I'm not sure if she even still has kids that she's homeschooling. She's been around for a gazillion years. But I like it because it's just easy to keep up with. Well, I should say. I'm behind. I usually am, but it's easy for me to catch up because we don't tend to take a whole lot of days off. So you can see, you just fill in your days over here, and then there's a spot to fill it in, your total. And then you can do a color key down here, which obviously I have not done this year. Usually I do, but again, such is life this year. Now on this side, I'm not going to show you, but it is our weekly out of the home schedule, including what times we need to leave by. Not for me anymore. I don't need it, but in case I'm sick and someone else needs to step in, they have a schedule. Now, usually I make our calendars in Excel, but this year I decided to spend a couple bucks and buy from Teachers Pick Teachers instead. Now, I use the back of the monthly calendars for different things. This one was when I was brainstorming my Friday list for the year. And then this is what my weekly sheet looks like. Okay? So this is one I've made from a conglomeration of a few other ones. So kind of what's going on this week, a section for me, meals, so that I can keep track of what I might need to put together during the lunchtime or before school, focus of the week or a habit, theme, whatever, to-do list, things that are coming up, so I can have things on the, think about what things will in the next couple of weeks that I might need to have in my memory. And then I have a moment to remember. I fill out one of these each week. Usually I have a couple of them going so that I can make notes as the weeks are coming. Flip to the back. So this section is one I've had for years, and it's a field trip sheet with just different general ideas. Most of them are for when kids are younger, but I still just keep it in here. Now this sheet, next couple of sheets are something I find really helpful, but for when mom is sick. So what things are easy for me to teach when I'm not feeling well? What things are easy for the kids to do by themselves when I'm not feeling well? And then I have one for each kiddo as well, so that I don't have to think about it. I'm just prepared. I'm planning for the inevitable, because sickness, of course, happens every year. So those are what those are. And then this one, again, when I was cleaning my binder, I thought, I should tear it out, but then, I'll leave it. So this one is an attendance sheet that I made up, just again, so that I don't have to think about So what I count for half days and full days, this is a couple years old, but it's still kind of a general idea. And then this was a grading guidelines I made for my daughter her freshman year. So she and I both knew like what she would be getting graded on each week, points, percentages, etc. And I just made this in Canva. This sheet I update occasionally or tear out and redo, but it's, you're watching a video like mine, or you're scrolling through Facebook homeschool group and you come across an idea of a curriculum or something. That's where I put all this. I just have all kinds of different topics. These are some old planning sheets that I still keep in here for reference if I want to use them for brainstorming. Again, these are in the video that I talked about, my 10 years of homeschool planner video. And then in the back are just a few other random sheets for writing on and bookmarks and that sort of thing. And if you want to let me share your planner, link for that is down in the down bar as well. I will see you in the next video.